it's my understanding there have been a lot of drone incursions along our southern border. How many drone incursions have we had, and what are they doing?
I have talked to Customs and Border Protection, who are responsible for the UAS incursions and in the border, along with DOJ, and they put the number at thousands.
Over what period of time is that, thousands?
I would say in the probably over a month. We could probably have over 1,000 a month.
Wow, thousands of drones at our border. Startling testimony from a senior Pentagon official on Thursday on the number of foreign drones that are crossing into America in airspace on a monthly basis at the southern border. Despite the Pentagon and the FBI sounding the alarm on the growing terrorist threat at the border, President Biden says he will not take executive action to secure the border. Instead, he says he'll rely on Congress to fix it. Meanwhile, in his new $7.3 trillion budget proposal, President Biden is asking for $50 million in border wall funding to be rescinded so it can be redirected towards securing the border in, quote, smarter, technology-forward ways. Joining me now with more on the impact Biden's border crisis has had on his state and beyond is Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. AG Paxton, thanks very much for joining us today. This is pretty startling to think about these foreign drones at our border. Give us your sense of the open border and its impact on Texas and the country.
Look, I'm not surprised that this is going on now, that they're sending drones across is no surprise. And it's no surprise that Joe Biden's not going to do anything about it. He started off day one of his administration saying he wasn't going to deport anybody. And now he's continuing to blame Congress, who has given him the authority, whether to remain in Mexico, stopping catch and release, building the wall. He has lots of authority. He isn't using it. He's doing just the opposite. He's aiding and abetting the cartels to get more people here for his own political purposes.
I mean, this is just extraordinary. We've been zeroing in on this impact in America. Roger Marshall, senator from Kansas, the other day joined me, said that they're setting up, led by the CCP and the Mexican cartel, setting up human trafficking throughout America, that they're setting up businesses that are massage parlors as a front for human trafficking. I don't understand what's behind this, why President Biden would keep this border open. You say it has something to do with cheating with the census. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so and I think you had a guest that just talked about this very issue. This is accurate. They are counting illegal immigrants in their census, and so they can move these people around to the states where they want more congressional representatives and more electoral college votes. So it's purely political. So he's willing to trade the safety of America, whether it's terrorism, whether it's drugs, whether it's other crimes. He's willing to, he being Joe Biden, willing to trade all of that to get more Democratic votes so that they can control Congress and they can control the presidency.
So what about the upcoming election? I mean, do you worry that they're going to try to get illegals to vote? I mean, look, AG Merrick Garland said he's going to fight and vow to fight voter ID laws.
I think that's a signal. Voter ID laws are the best protection against voter fraud. There's only one reason that Merrick Garland doesn't want voter ID to prevail, and that's because it's easier to cheat. There's only one reason. We debated this Texas House in 2011. I was there. The only reason you don't want voter fraud protection or voter ID is because you want voter fraud, and that's clearly what this administration is pushing forward with.
So you were there fighting hard to protect the Texas elections. How would you assess the election security and the potential for a transparent election this November?
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.